brother down with Shizzywhiznut.
An open letter to Laura Owens and attorney Gingras. When spin meets felony, the Laura Owens Delusion. Well, dear Laura, you know when most people face a felony indictment, they call a lawyer? You called Adobe Premiere and your therapist, or maybe you just held a seance with your delusions and called it legal strategy. Well, let's not pretend that this is your first time tap dancing in front of a judge while spinning half-truths like a Walmart Black Friday sale rack after combining through your official court transcript, yes, the actual one, not a blog summary, or one of your self-congratulatory Facebook posts. We've got your own effing words to thank for this letter. You know, the ones you swore under oath, the ones you didn't bother editing with cross dissolves and paste pastel fillers. So let's buckle up there, Buttercup. Let's start with this gem from page 22 of your transcript. Laura Owens, I suffered from panic attacks, like actual panic attacks, and there were times that I would just, my memory would be completely gone. Well, it's fascinating. Your memory vanishes at convenient times, like when you're asked to explain false filings or the alleged tampering of evidence, but the moment you need to recall a 30-minute Zoom call in vivid detail from 2 years ago, suddenly you're Rain Man with a photographic memory. Amazing how your brain fog clears up when it benefits you. We also have some more great hits from transcript, page 41. Owens, I didn't think the changes were relevant. They didn't alter the meaning, just cleaned it up a little. Oh, so you were just giving the evidence a spa day, a little exfoliation, maybe a facelift. The judge asked for the truth, and you served up the filtered Instagram version of reality with the saturation turned up and the accountability completely turned off. And then there's this flaming garbage fire on page 56 of, I was under so much pressure. I thought I was helping by making it easier to understand. Laura, sweetheart, this isn't Cliff Notes. It's evidence in a felony case. You're not a content creator. You're a criminal defendant. But sure, let's pretend you were doing a little community service by gaslighting the judiciary and helping like an arsonist who lights a fire and then offers to hold the hose. But let's move on to the spin cycle you and Mr. Gingras threw on the high heat from page 64. Gingras, Your Honor, we maintain Miss Owens acted with nothing but honesty and transparency throughout the course of these proceedings. Stop. Just stop. If honesty and transparency includes tampering with exhibits, replacing videos with edited versions while claiming the originals were corrupted, telling the court the videos were never used when your own metadata says otherwise, then Gingras, I'd love to see how you define obstruction. And more of this bullshit from Gingras, Captain Obfuscation himself from page 90. There's no concrete proof Miss Owens intended to mislead the court. No concrete proof, you mean, aside from the swap videos with scrub timestamps, the missing originals you can't locate but somehow found time to remix, the pristine new versions with edited audio, framing, and titles that only you had access to. Well, that's not a lack of intent, that's a highlight reel of tampering. If you were any more caught, you'd be a fish in a frying pan asking the chef for your pronouns. But then this part, Laura, where you truly shine, was from page 93. I did think the edits mattered because the substance was still there. It's not like I changed what I said, just to how it looked. Let me translate for anyone still trying to make sense of that nonsense. I didn't think tampering with court evidence was a big deal because I liked my version better. You didn't alter the facts, just the visual narrative, the framing, the presentation. You mean like when news outlets clip out of context a quote and cause a scandal? We got it. Integrity in action. So now let's pause for a brief PSA. Editing exhibits for court submission without disclosing said edits equals felony tampering. It's not a technicality. It's not a misunderstanding. It's not a Zoom fatigue. It's a crime. And then over some more comic relief, we get this line from page 112. I don't really understand the text side of things. I thought exporting a file just refreshed it. All right. You accidentally refreshed your way into new file names, new metadata, missing original files, altered sequences, and lost integrity. You didn't refresh, Laura. You scrubbed. You disinfected the truth like it had COVID. And then you told the court it was just a routine rinse. Sort of like Listerine that you gargled down your throat and then, spat out. You're not tech illiterate, you're tech malicious. And even if you were that ignorant, congratulations, you just pled guilty to felony level incompetence instead of perjury. Fantastic trade-off. Let's also not ignore the part where you blame the software glitches for the missing footage. Owens from page 119. I think Adobe might have overwritten the footage or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not a tech person. Yet somehow you were tax savvy enough to crop color grade audio strip the replacement videos with surgical precision. Girl, Adobe didn't commit perjury. You did. Stop blaming the software. Your credibility isn't crashing due to bugs. It's crashing because of your own greasy, nasty fingerprints all over the file trail. Now, let's not forget about this moment of utter absurdity on page 132, where Owen says, I thought the court reported a perfect cleaner version. The original had some noise. Yes, because cleaning up noise means cutting out whole conversations, adjusting what people said, and replacing courtroom evidence with your own edited highlight reel. That's not denoising, that's fraud with a fade in. And Gingras, your entire role in this circus has been to shuffle papers while trying to Jedi mind trick a judge with, well, she didn't mean it. Meanwhile, Laura is in the background like a toddler with a crayon and a death wish for wallpaper yelling, I fixed it. You're not legal counsel. You're the world's most expensive spin doctor for a patient with a felony grade case of terminal victimhood. Here's more from Gingras on page 146. There was no clear evidence of Miss Owens intended to cheat the court. Well, no clear evidence except the altered files, the chain of custody gaps, the sworn declarations that contradict your own emails, the metadata that deleted Slack messages, the refusal to admit fault, the fact that literally nobody else had access to the files but you. Other than that, totally unclear, right? Let me help you out with a rebrand, free of charge. Not disability advocate, not wronged whistleblower, not tech victim. This isn't justice reform. This isn't disability rights. This isn't a noble crusade. It's Laura Owens editing her way into federal prison, one frame at a time. And your job, Mr. Gingras, is apparently to stand next to the smoking crater and argue the fire never happened. But here's the truth. Laura Owens is not a misunderstood advocate. She's not a victim of albiism or tech oopsie. She's a walking, talking, PowerPoint clicking, self-owned machine. Her defense is held together with duct tape, bad Adobe transitions, and the fantasy that the court system works like a TikTok algorithm. Reward the most dramatic version of the truth. Gingras, I hope you're billing hazard pay. Represented Owens is like being the PR agent for a fireworks show that was accidentally scheduled indoors. Every time she opens her mouth, instead of swallowing, another blaze needs extinguishing. She might be able to spit it all out. And from this transcript alone, your fire extinguisher's out of foam, pal. Not out of men, but it's definitely out of foam. Well, guess what? Courtrooms aren't Twitter. Judges don't care about your follower count. Felony charges don't vanish just because you put on a cardigan and cry about the narrative drama. You lied, you altered, you tampered. And now the only fresh you're going to experience is whenever the Department of DOC website updates your inmate profile. See you at sentencing. With mockery and malice, Shizzywhiznut. Velcro shoes, double-strapped helmet is been buffed and feeling mighty wet right now. Riding the short bus straight through your testimony. Oh, baby, yeah.